This will be Scarlett's 22nd day of halter training. The air quality was a lot better than it was yesterday, so I had a good chunk of time to work with Scarlett, so I decided I would go ahead and get a new halter on her. I started out by just doing some scratches and moving the halter around, and then I went right in with the halter. She didn't seem too upset with it initially, but then when I went to reach up by her ear, she really was not into it, and she ended up pulling me around pretty good, and I got pretty stern with her because she got the rope wrapped around her neck and I thought she might jump out of the panels. I tried to get her to spin the other way and just undo the rope herself, which she did, and then she spun back around and got it stuck again. She's been having more of these incidents over the last couple days, so I decided today would be the perfect day to teach her how to lunge, just so when she gets spooked and she kind of pulls away, I'll have more control over her and I can calm her down faster. I started with her right side because I knew that this would be pretty easy for her. I've been moving her around since I got her on that side, so she kind of gets the hint, but this bad side I knew I was going to have problems with, so this is real time. She spun herself around and got tangled in the rope, and she was looking relatively calm. I know she's running around quite a bit, but I didn't think she was going to try and jump out of the pen, so I just let her kind of run around, and I didn't want to pull on the rope because I think that would have probably pushed her over the edge, so I just let her run around, and then when she naturally calmed down, I just let her stop on her own. She does right here. And since I taught her how to back up the other day, it was easy to get her untangled when the rope was loose. I went back and I had her do a circle in her good direction, which she's already really good at. And then I went in and I tried to get her to go the opposite direction, which she did not want to do. And you can see she knows what she has to do, but she just doesn't want to see me out of that left eye, which she's been having trouble with for the past 22 days. At this point, she was pretty stressed. She was confused. She didn't know what I was really wanting from her. And there she did it good, and I released her and she spun around. And then she actually, you can see her right there, she just thinks about jumping over those panels again and then decides not to, and this is kind of where the session took a turn. Right now she's viewing my stick and string swinging on her left side as something to be frightened of instead of the cue, so I'm just gonna go teeny tiny steps at a time so she gets used to what I'm actually wanting. And right there you saw her take one single step, and I stopped and I let her rest, so she kind of got the idea that's all she has to do. And there she had a little bit of an explosion, and when she stopped, I just let her rest again. We went the way that she's comfortable with, and then she had another little come apart. And I've slowed this part down so you can see I'm cueing her with the stick here, and then she takes one little step and I release. And this is where her wheels kind of start turning, and she really starts to figure out that I'm just asking her to move over and it's not a big deal. I'm not chasing her. I'm not trying to scare her. And here we'll do it again, just one little step. Perfect. And after she figured out that she just has to move one step, I'm going to go ahead and ask her for a couple in a row. So there we got a couple good steps, and I let her rest again. And we went back to the other direction, so she kind of got a little reset. And then we went back, took a couple more steps, a couple more, and she really doesn't want to turn. She understands what I'm asking her, but she is too nervous to just walk straight around me, so she kind of does a little dance around me, almost an entire circle, and I just keep going back and forth until finally she does figure out what I'm asking of her and that she just has to walk around me, and it's no big deal at all. When she finally figured it out, I think she just got brave enough one time, and you can see she does spook a little bit when I cross past that left eye right there. She didn't like it, and then she went ahead and just did it. So after she figured it out, she was really good. I was changing directions. She was crossing her legs over each other when we were changing directions. She wasn't getting excited. She wasn't pulling on me. Her fear did get escalated for a small part of this session, but I think she's starting to figure out that when I ask her to do something, it's never going to be scary or painful for her, and she's starting to trust me a lot more than she did in the beginning. So stay tuned to see what happens tomorrow.